All right, here we are once again for episode 36 of Smokeout with Shelly and SJ as the interactive video show where you can join us as a subscriber, either on OnlyFans or Patreon. You can join our streams as we record them. You can be in the chat. You can have audio only. You can be on video. You can ask us questions, participate, smoke weed with us because we smoke a lot of weed, hence the name Smokeout. You also get every episode on video, Sexy Shelly Gallery. On Patreon is the Wake and Bake Morning Show, past episodes of that. Just so much. Just go subscribe to both just to be sure you're getting all of the content. Shelly, sjsmokeout.com. There you can see all of our different social media and whatnot. We're on Twitter and Instagram as well. We'll talk about the Instagram battle with Shelly's Foot Club coming up. It is not going well at all. Part of that's my fault. I haven't posted since we did the Home Alone episode, I just noticed. So I got to get back to doing that and posting regularly on the Instagram. But I've been demoralized by the total ass whipping we're getting from Shelly's feet. But as I said, we'll get to that in a moment. Shelly, you look like you have been smoking out already. You look high.
You know what's really funny? I was gonna say, no, sorry. Okay, so I just realized like we're doing a show. We're not hanging out. People are gonna see this. Okay, pull it together. I'm not just hanging out. Okay, so I was about to say when you said that I look like I've been smoking, whatever. I was about to say, well, I haven't actually smoked in a long time, but I forgot I took an edible an hour ago. So
Yeah.
obviously it's kicking. Here's why. Okay, this is why I'm laughing. This is why I'm laughing and I can't like whatever. I look weird. I don't know what it. I have a different setup. I try to hurry up. I wanted to be more legit, so I got my headphones. I got my microphone, and I see myself right here, and I'm like, ooh, no. So I'm just gonna not look at myself during the show because maybe I look the same to you. I don't know, but maybe the reason why it bothers me so much is because um, earlier, of course, I worked out in 90-degree weather. I don't know why I do this, and I've been not right ever since. So I was thrown on the floor for about an hour or so, and then I was like, I should probably take a shower now. And I got out of the shower, went back to laying down on the floor, ordered some food, ate, went to laying on the couch, and I was like, oh, I better put some makeup on. And then when I got out of the shower earlier, I forgot I had my make like a tree and get out of here shirt on. And I forgot I had it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to wear that. I'll change before the show. But then, like, the time snuck up. So I was just like, whatever. This is how I feel right now. Make like a tree and get out of here. And obviously, the edible's hitting me right now.
So as soon as you came up on camera, I could tell that you were high as a kite.
Really?
Yes. And the sound is better, though. So that's good. The sound is much better with the microphone and stuff.
Well, good. Well, I used the microphone a couple times on a few of our shows, but the only headphones I had were earbuds, and for some reason they weren't working anymore. And I have these ones. I'm getting used to it, but I thought I got to be more legit. We got the Return of the Wake and Bake, which I'm so sorry everyone out there. I'm a little tardy on it. It's just this is why I did a video not too long ago talking about I'm not taking any custom requests because I just have so much going on that I'm just like, I don't have enough time to complete all this stuff. And I have like the Wake and Bake like almost ready, but it's not quite. But it's coming, people. I pinky swear, dude. I made a cool little intro and everything.
If you, while you're waiting for that, if you're on Patreon, of course, believe there's 17 episodes I've posted so far of the old Wake and Bake morning show. So you can get your fix that way, as they say.
And the thing is those old shows are a completely different format than the new one's going to be. And not only that, but what I intended when I first sent them to Stoner Jesus was like, okay, I'm going to re-listen to them and I'm going to give notes or whatever. But it's been hard. Some of them are over an hour long. So, when I was going through my website yesterday, I saw like I started to post a lot of like cool thumbnails and said what the show was about. So at least now I have most like half of my work cut out for me because I just got to copy and paste now, and then you guys will have a nice little description and everything like that. So it's just one of those things though. Like as soon as I stopped taking custom orders, that's when everything started to go into place and I knew I was doing the right thing. And it was hard because I do make a good amount of my money not just through subscriptions but from the custom orders. And whether it's just a picture or just a quick video or whatever. And it just really started adding up, especially with like no offense if any of my people out there see this, but like sometimes some of the videos I'm okay doing them. It's fine. But when I prepare myself mentally to film them,
Uh-oh. Shelly is frozen. I don't know if that's on Shelly's end or my end.
so did I freeze?
Oh, yep. Now you're back. There we go.
Oh,
Oh, but then you froze
okay.
again.
Okay. So, oh no, oh no. How about now?
Now we're back. We should be good.
Okay. It says I have full thing, but anyways, like there was a video I actually did last night. And yeah, it was last night. Oh my gosh. Everything's just like a blur now. I think it was last night. But it was either last night or the night before I did this video. And no, it was the night before. And I've been sitting on this video for a while, not because it like totally creeped me out, but because one of the things I needed to be have happened to me in the video is I needed to be wrapped up in a blanket. Now, the reason why it freaks me out is because growing up, my cousins used to wrap me up in the rug against my will, and it used to freak me the F out. Like just being like this and not being able to move, like it freaks me out, that claustrophobic feeling, whatever. So I've been dragging ass to do this video because I've been freaked out, even though I know I can fake it. I could rig it and make it look like it's really like holding me there, even though it's really not. But my mind, like to get there mentally, and even when I was doing it, because another thing is like I have to have a gag in my mouth. So when I was actually shooting it, and Metal Jesus was shooting it for me, so it's not like I'm shooting with some creepy photographer. So as I'm telling him like what the next thing we're gonna do, I'm sitting there like this in the blanket. It's not even that tight, but it was freaking me out. And I was like, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Okay, I gotta breathe. And it was a trip, but it's like some of these requests I get are something like that where I have no problem filming it. Like it came out really good actually. And I put a teaser on my YouTube. I'm really proud of it actually because it looks like a thriller film or something. It looks really cool if I don't say so myself. So I'm glad I did it, but it took me so long to shoot it because mentally I couldn't get over this thing of I'm going to be there, whatever. And that happens a lot. So taking this break and I just been like fulfilling the orders I've had has taken a lot of pressure off. And now that I'm knocking them out like slowly but surely, I just feel like my creative juices are flowing more better now. And it's not this like overwhelming thing. So I don't know. I look forward, even though, like I said, it's like I was worried because I was like, dude, that's a good chunk of money I make, every month off of these customs. But it's so crazy because now that I've been focusing on what I'm putting out there on my own stuff out of my creativity, I've noticed more movement in specifically my OnlyFans. And so I'm like, see, like the money's like making up for itself. Like I just need to focus on creating instead of my stuff instead of worrying about having to create for other people right now, like just for a little bit.
Not that anybody cares or anyone asks, but I'm still available for custom shoots. Just request exactly,
Absolutely.
but maybe they will now. Maybe that Shelly's out of the market a little bit. With less competition, people start coming to Stoner Jesus for their custom needs. I'll wrap myself up in a blanket. I don't care. I got one of those weighted blankets. They feel like they're full of like beef or something. The whole backstory. Serial killer broke in. He has a thing for blankets. He's like the blanket killer. Yeah, I do the whole thing. I'm a very good actor. DM me.
I wish you lived in LA, the shenanigans that we could produce.
Yeah, the one of the worst parts of my career is where I live. It's it's not near anything. There's no legal marijuana in my state. It's just awful. And I've always wanted to move, but I don't know. I lived here all my life. I was in California once, 24 years ago, for like a high school trip.
Wow.
But that's pretty much the extent of my travels. I've pretty much been here my entire life. Why? I don't know. It sucks. The weather sucks. There's nothing to do. It's not near anything. I don't know why I stayed, but here I am complaining about it.
Yeah. But you know what? I think we can still make some shenanigans now that I think of it though. Like if like we come up with a little script, you can shoot your parts and then I'll shoot my parts and then I can very cheesily merge us together and edit these videos.
Be us hanging out in California.
Well, because here's the thing, like going back to like I know you haven't talked about it yet, but the foot thing, you know, I think it's cool that like I got the numbers I do, I guess, but I'm just like it's not really translating the way I was hoping, and it's kind of making me just like want to not do it anymore because I do it just because it's like there's a need, I guess. Like when I was at the vet, that post right there, I was at the vet with Minnie, her little checkup, and I was like, wow, there's good lighting in here. I bet my feet people would like that. So I took the picture. Like it wasn't like I was like, ooh, I'm gonna go and do this. And then when I did the video where it's next to it, where you see my foot out and I'm in the pool, like I went to go work on my tan after I worked out and I was all like drained. So I thought, well, I might as well just put the camera on because my feet people would like this and voyeur people. So let me do it. So it's not like I'm thinking of these things of like, oh, then I'm going to go to the pool and do this. It's just like, well, shoot, I'm doing it. So might as well film it, make a couple bucks. So I've been kind of discouraged with it actually. And where it says no DMs, I did entertain a couple people just to dip my toe, if you will. And they were a bunch of flakes, a bunch of cheap asses and flakes. So no, and that's why I was like, you know what, forget it. Because with some of my girlfriends that are into the fetish world, like big time, they use this thing called Sex Panther or something like that, where people
Yeah.
can text them for a price. And I guess there's other things too, like prices for a photo, a video, whatever. So they keep trying to get me to go on it. And I'm just like, dude, I can't. Like, I have so many links. And I feel that because it's more of an adult fetishy type of thing, people are going to just whatever. And they're like, so what? Who cares? And I'm like, but I do. I do. Like, I don't want to deal with that energy. So that's when I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start pimping my Cameo more because on Cameo, they do have a way people can direct message you. You can set up whatever price. So that's why I started putting that on my like Instagrams all through because it's like these people want to talk big, but it's like, dude, you got to pay for that. You want a minute or two of my life? No, I just can't. No freebies. There's no coupons. There's no freebies. No personal checks. Leave me alone with all that.
From what I gather, I think a lot of Sex Panther is like sexting or whatever it's called, sexual texting and stuff like that. I'm also not on there. There's not a demand for me on there, so I'm, you know,
There's not.
no, not one single person said, "Hey, why are you not on Sex Panther?" It is what it is. You see,
You should be. You should be.
yes, it has 451 followers. There was a point where our Instagram account was within maybe 85 followers of Shelly's Foot Club. Now, as you see there, it is 451, and our show Instagram is at 191. And again, as you see, the last post was Home Alone, so I've been remiss in posting. But that's not the reason we're losing. It's I don't know what it is. You're saying you're not getting like the feedback or whatever from the feet thing. And I'm thinking, well, maybe the internet has finally become oversaturated with feet, but at the same time, we're getting our ass whipped by the feet. So I don't know. If I had the answer, I'd be much more wealthy.
You know what? Here's going to be my next. I didn't think about this till right now because, as a lot of times on this show, you always inspire thoughts for me. I
Whoops.
think maybe you're right. There's a lot of feed out there. It's getting saturated, oversaturated. So I need to do what I need to do is what I do best, which is what is my thing. And my thing, one of the things
Nope.
as we're
Refreshing again.
kind of come like you're my feet. Hello?
You were cutting
Can you
out.
hear me?
Now you're back. Yeah, now you're back.
Okay. So now I'm thinking maybe I should just make it like cannabis and feet. Maybe
I
that's
don't
my
think.
thing. So it's like,
Yeah. Put like buds on your feet and take pictures of it and stuff like that. Stick your
mhm.
tongue.
Or like or like my pipe, like is on the floor and then my foot's like over it or whatever. Or, you know, smoking my
Can't
bong, but my soles. What was that?
Can't hurt. Hey,
Yeah, Minnie, quiet. Oh yeah, yeah. But
she loves the idea.
she does. She loves it. But yeah, I just been I was just thinking today, I was like, is this worth it? Because, when I have my foot club, which is the membership, I got about 10 people, 10 people on there. Oh my goodness, Minnie. Hey, come here. I got like 10 people there. And so I'm like, okay, that's fine. But, keeping the site up, posting and making sure I'm keeping those people, it's a lot. It's another thing I have to do. So that's what I'm kind of like, oh, like, is this worth it? Like, because I'm not really passionate about my feet, to be honest with you. And so it's kind of hard to be excited about doing stuff when it's like about something I'm not passionate about. But I'm passionate
Maybe
about cannabis. Go ahead.
that's the problem. You said is kind of whenever you take the pictures, it's kind of an afterthought. Maybe your passion is not coming through in the photos, and the foot fetish people can tell because they spend a lot of time looking at feet.
But here's the thing, just earlier, this one fellow, let's see, let me pull it up. Let's see if he's written me back, by the way. Sometimes I wonder if these people, they're like, oh, I can't believe is she mad at me? Let's see here. And that's the thing. The people are complimentary. They give me some nice comments and things. So it's not that. It's just that, like, these people want to claim that they want to, like, spend all this money on me, but they're not spending anything. So they just want to, like, meet just to pretend they're going to, and then they never do. Then what? That's dumb. So this guy said, it's cool with a K. Cruel 79 says, I love your toes. You need toe rings. Hope someday to see you with orange toes. And then he wrote again, how do you feel knowing you can control us footboys just by your feet? So I put, yeah, right. I control footboys on this page. I have a lot more foot club members. So one of the things I thought about before I pushed send, right? Or post or whatever it is, was maybe they're thinking I'm pushing my foot club too much. Like I want them to join, right? But then the thing is there's these girls and they're like, here's a cash app and I'll send you a photo of my feet or blah, blah, blah. So it's like everyone involved is like trying to get something. They're trying to get foot content. The girls or fellas out there who do it are trying to get that money. It's an exchange. Yes, there's a fantasy about it. I get it. And the girls who are down to be more fantasy about it, I'm sure, are those top girls that make way more money than I'll ever make. But it's still a transaction. And it's almost like these foot boys, as they put it, they like that humiliation aspect of it. So it's like join my foot club, bitch. Foot boy, hey, foot boy, join my foot club. But then it's like, it doesn't, they trickle here and there. And then but they're like so about like, oh my God, your souls and da 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 and all this. I just rather put that energy into like promoting our show or being able to finish the wake and bake. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm getting at is like, yeah, there's this way, it's another little hustle. But like, I got these other hustles that I want to continue to grow and I want them to be successful over a foot thing. So maybe that's the thing, like on this foot club and do more with like our show and the stuff that I'm trying to do over here because that's what I'm passionate about. That's what I want to do. So I don't know.
Absolutely. When you brought up Cameo earlier, I wanted
Hmm.
to do this, so I'm going to do it anyway.
Oh no, no! One of the
You,
top earners over there at Cameo.
if you follow us on Twitter, you'll notice I love to send Shelly, especially when she talks about Cameo, gifts of Big Ed doing various things. A lot of Cameo gifts of Big Ed actually on Twitter, which is kind of weird. But he seems to be the king of Cameo. I'm trying to learn everything I can from him. I'm trying to like get rid of my neck. I think I have too much definition here. There's a separation between my head and my shoulders. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna fill this in right here and do this a lot like this. Yeah, I'm learning. I'm a slow learner, but I learn nonetheless. So there you go.
Here's the thing. I heard
Yes.
everything you said, but
Yeah, you
I heard
froze.
everything you
Well,
said, but it froze when you were doing this. And so you were continuing to talk while you were like this.
oh man. Speaking of
So,
cheap ass,
man,
did you hear back from? If you guys missed last week's episode, you should probably go watch it, episode 35. I went a bit of a rant about one of our subscribers. It's again speaking of cheap asses, and I wanted to ask you if you'd heard anything back from him since then, or if he's been radio silent, as they say.
radio silent as can be.
What an asshole. Anyway, that's a short segment.
But this is the thing. This is nothing new. This is how it's been. And I hate to admit this because this makes me feel really, really, really stupid. But for years, I've been dealing with that subscriber and that kind of like behavior. And it's gotten it to points, and he knows this, so it's no news to him. I've even told him to his face because I actually met him at the last autograph signing that I did that was wrestling related. And I got to look him in the eye and tell him, "You have messed with my mental health." Like I wasn't being a bitch, like, "Oh, you mess with," but I was just like, "Look, dude, like I'm looking you in the eye. Like your behavior literally has messed with my mental health and my home life because of it. Because then I'm in a bad mood to Metal Jesus and to Danielle and sometimes at the time the Mertzes even." And so I thought that when that had happened, that there would be some sort of change. And dude, that was a couple years ago and there's no change. Like it's the same. And the thing is like people have issues as you mentioned last week. You never know medically whatever, but it's just like what I really took away from last week's show and all of that stuff going on and how like I said your reaction was to it. It really opened my eyes to like I'm not a bitch. And this needs to stop. Like this whole like thing and I don't know. It's just crazy.
Some people are just
And this
assholes.
is supposed to be a fan.
Mm-hmm. And it's okay to point that out. If someone's being an asshole, you can point it out to them. And point it out to everybody else while you're at it, too. Why not? Shelly is frozen again on my end. It's very weird. It's been very glitchy tonight. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. It's usually not this glitchy. We're freezing for each other. Shelly's frozen now, and since I'm recording on my end, that's the part that'll be on the video. So I don't know. Maybe the subscriber we're talking about is some sort of hacker extraordinaire, and he's fucking with the recording. I doubt that's the case. People with mental challenges usually aren't, that up to speed on various things, especially the technical aspects that would be needed to interrupt our feed. Maybe it's the government. Maybe it's the NSA. I don't know. Shelly is gone, and is she back? I just got a white screen. Let me see. Nothing. In any case, go follow us on Instagram. I'm going to catch up. Not that I ever will. This is 451 to 191. There's a trouncing, to be sure. When Shelly comes back, we also need to get a boob update. She talked about her boobs last week using CBD and whatnot. I posted a link or what's where I'm thinking of, a little short video about it on Twitter, a little teaser video, if you will. Okay, so we have two Shellys. We'll get rid of that Shelly and bring in this Shelly. Hopefully, this is the Shelly that doesn't freeze. And see. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
So anyway, what were we talking about?
Oh.
I know as a subscriber.
This goes subscriber, and then that he's not going to change, and it's been a while. And by the way, again, it's very embarrassing that like this is even a thing. Like this is why like my peers and past coworkers are like, Shelly, you get too friendly with the fans, because a lot of them would have been like, F him, like whatever, a long ass time ago, but I would feel bad. And that's where I always get myself into trouble. But much like how you were talking about last week, now that I'm old, like I just don't have the time. And it's not that I'm being a bitch. It's just like, let's cut to the chase. Like, that's why, like, oh, like when I joke with these beefs and stuff like that, it's just like, it's like, let's just cut to the chase. Like the thing with like Hernandez, it's like, let's cut to the chase. Like, what's the problem? Like, you don't have to like me. You can say I'm a bitch. Like, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I am. I've been a bitch to him, absolutely. So yeah, I agree with that statement. Yeah. But there was a time where I couldn't really say it like that, because I would be like, oh, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm always concerned about everyone's feelings, but in the meantime, my feelings are the ones that end up getting affected in a negative way. And so I'm just at the point now where I'm like, you know what? I've self-doubted myself so many times in that area. And there's never been a time where like I was intentionally like just trying to be mean to people. So I got to stop second guessing it, because like I said, it's super embarrassing that this fan has been messing me over now for like years, and I continue to let it happen. It's so stupid. It's so, so, so dumb. Like so dumb. But at the end of the day, going back to like when I was talking about the customs, one of the main reasons why I would always allow that subscriber back is because before he started acting up, and I used to tell him that, don't be acting up now. Be good. So before he started acting up and it was all positive all around, and it was for a good little while. During that time, Danielle and I were really struggling, and he got a lot of things off my wish list that were like things that were like, a teapot kettle and like these different things that really helped us like have all the stuff we needed and stuff. So it's like it wasn't like my wish list items were like these extravagant things. They were like how a vacuum cleaner,
Mhm.
but we were so broke that like so that subscriber really helped with a lot of those wish list items. And I think I had this feeling of like he kind of knew what the deal was, but he wasn't living my reality. So he didn't see how hard we really were struggling. So he didn't
Mm.
know how much it really did mean. And so I think that's why I put up with like that weird behavior so much. And I felt almost like I owed him. And it's really sad because I remember one time I had told him, I was like, look, because he would say, Shelly, but I did this for you. I did that for you. I bought you this. I bought you that. And it would trigger me. And I would just be like, then why even do it if you're just going to keep a tally? And so I'm like, don't be keeping a tally. And so one day I made a video for him and I was like, look, I was so straightforward. I was like, look, you keeping a tally reminds me of when like my grandpa used to sexually abuse me and like pay me off money to not say anything. So like that's what you're triggering when you do that. So can you please stop doing it? And he didn't. But it's my fault. I take full accountability because I allowed it to get to that point.
That's right. The great thing about aging is the perspective you get, and people got to be cut loose. I mean, there used to be people that I used to do this show with, my Stoner Jesus show with. I known for a long time, and I had a problem with each one individually, a couple years apart, and I had to cut both of them out of my life, and I didn't really feel guilty about it because that's just because I felt so much better mentally after they were gone. I thought, that's a great thing. I needed to do what I needed to do, and now I can move on, and I'm still here kicking. Barely, but
You
I'm
know
still here.
what? I love that because recently, um, long story short as I can make it, I know I've mentioned on the show before that I have had in my wrestling career friends that were like the groupies of the wrestlers, right? And one of them was a really good friend of mine, and I didn't realize how big of a groupie of the wrestler she was until like we were close friends over 10 years, but it wasn't until the last few years when she started telling me like stories. I'm like, wait, what? You were with that guy? No way, you were with that guy? Because they were my coworkers, and some of those times that she was hooking up with them, I was on the road with these guys, and it tripped me out because like some of them, for example, I respected at that time because I was like, "Oh, their wife, and they're so down with their wife, and blah blah blah." So when she told me years later that that was the time that she was being a groupie to this certain wrestler, I was like, "Oh, I thought he was one of the good guys. I thought he was like I thought he." And not only that, he even I remember one day I was giving him a compliment about how he just inspired me in wrestling and how blah blah blah, and I knew his wife didn't like me and I didn't know why, but like, I thought it was cool that he was all about her cuz she didn't like me. And he was like, "Oh," and I can't remember exactly what had happened, but when I got out of this limo, he like kissed me on the lips and I was like, "Whoa." And so I chalked it up to us just being drunk or whatever, and I thought maybe he thought it was really cool, the things I said. Well, come to find that my friend told me that he told her that night he went to go be with that groupie, and he told her that I was all over him and all this and that, and I was like,
Uh,
"What?" And I feel double stupid because I was giving him props for being like this good guy in wrestling and oh my God, you're just a family man and I respect you. And then years later to find out that not only was he cheating, but the night I was telling him all that stuff, he cheated. And then on top of that, he went and told her that I was all over him. Like, are you effing kidding me? Like, are you serious right now? So, anyways, I was really good friends with this gal for a really long time, 10 plus years. And, I really felt, and maybe this is wrong with me, I really felt that when my friend Ashley Massaro passed away, she wasn't really there for me. But as time went on, and I was having a very difficult time about it, um, I saw online when it would be male wrestlers, she would like, "Oh, I'm here if you need me, blah blah blah." But then she told me that when I called her crying, it affected her too much, and then like it was freaking her out and blah blah blah. So I was like, "Wait, what the hell? What is this here?" So I had to cut her out. That was just like, I was just like, you're just, and it's not that I was like, "Oh, she did me dirty" or anything. It was just like, you're still in that like groupie mindset, and we've discussed these mindsets and how it wasn't positive, and how it was like, for experiences, yes, but like to live your life like that, it's not the best, and you're screwing people over, like people's like significant others and stuff like that. So it just kind of made me realize that she's just not there yet. And when I like unfollowed her and stuff, I'm sure that really hurt her, but I didn't mean to hurt her. It was affecting me so much that I wanted to text her and be like, "How can you be here for all these dudes, but you can't be here for me?" Because I didn't want to hurt her feelings. And I didn't want to tell her, "Look, like these stories you told me, like you're a dime a dozen. I heard these same stories for so many girls. You're not that special, like, and you're choosing to like want these guys' approval, and I'm your friend that needs you." I didn't wanna hurt her feelings. Like, I felt like she would know that I was right, and that would hurt her even more, and so I just kinda silently walked away. Well, our group together was Depeche Mode, and the other day, Depeche Mode kept coming on everywhere I went. So I said, "Forget it. I'm gonna not let my ego get to me. I'm gonna text her." And so I did, and she received it well, and then the last text she sent was kind of like a, "I can continue this conversation, or I can let it stop here," and I let it stop because I was like, there's a saying, um, when you forgive people, you don't have to reconnect with them. Like, forgiveness doesn't mean reconnection. And so when you're telling me that you've been happier and all these different things, as a result of walking away from these people, it's like that guilt was creeping up in the last couple days of like this friendship. But it's like, no, like I've been in a better place and being able to be a better me, because I'm not hearing all this distraction with this stuff that's the past. That's not me anymore. Like, wrestling will always be a part of me, but I'm not a part of it anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you sometimes you don't realize how much garbage people bring to your life until you cut them loose. You can physically see just how much better it is. And that's the way it was, like I said, with the people that I used to do the show with. One was a huge blow up, and I was 20 minutes of me screaming at him. The other one was just a cut off in silence. So it is what it is, but I'm better off for both. Yeah, it's all that matters to me. Especially as I said,
Yeah.
when you get older, you can feel the time, compressing. Here in about 6 weeks, I'll be 42, and that's more than halfway for a dude. I mean, if we're going by statistics, so I'm on the downslope, as they say. These 42, the next 42 will be better than the first 42. I'll be rich and famous from this show. I'll be able to lord it over people, especially people who doubted me, people in high school, the girls who wouldn't look my way or whatever. All of that, all the cliched stuff. They're all going to hear about it one day. Just you wait and see.
Well, see, that's how I feel about like this foot thing, because it's like, okay, I could still make like content for it and just put it on my clips for sale store, like whatever. But having to every week come up with all these different content, it's like I'd rather put that time and effort and, like I said, promoting our show, like getting on with the ball here with the wake and bakes and whatever else. And I hate to say this because I don't want to give people too much credit, but it's true. So it's like these people that doubt me, these people that are my haters, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I know when they see me post like my foot club stuff, they're like, there goes Shelly again. Whereas like I want to stick it to them like when they're like, oh, there she goes with that stoner Jesus again. Oh, well, what did they even talk? Oh, Val Venus was on it. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I'd rather them talk like that than going, oh, there goes Shelly with the foot fetish perverts again. Like, You know, I'd rather them talk crap about our show and talk crap about what we're doing over here
That's
than
right.
the foot thing. Like, I welcome that more so than the other one because, like, some of the stuff those people have to say, I agree with them. Yeah, it's stupid. I don't get it either, but I make a couple $100 a month off of it. But maybe
Hey,
it's time to, just like with my site, like, close that out and try to make that over here with what we're doing and like build that up and make that my goal. Like, okay, I was making a couple hundred here. Well, let's make a couple hundred over here. Like, let's do it. Cause just, I gotta, at the end of the day, I have to stick it to those people, you know, just a little bit.
that's right.
And, and I feel that this show bothers a lot of those people because they don't have the balls to like go there with the stuff we say, the things that we continually make fun of it openly, and they're just like, oh, like that's what I like. Like that makes me laugh hard. But them to go, oh, look at Shelly. Yeah, I know it's stupid, right? But I look cute in the picture, right? It's whatever. Okay.
And as always, if you want to talk shit about us, you're welcome to come on the show and do so with us. It'll be awesome. Great content.
Yeah.
We're in the content business when it comes right down to it. That's what we're doing
And
here.
and that's the thing is like I hear about these YouTubers that have these beefs with each other and then like they have these different podcasts and then they like go on other people's podcasts and go after each other. I'm like, why don't you guys just really get the views up? Go on each other's podcasts and just let loose. And people are just so afraid of that. I don't know why. Like I invite it. I invite it's yeah, it's still scary. Like if we had Sean Hernandez on here and he was like on here, I would be very weirded out, kind of like with Wax, like, it was for a different reason, but I'd be weirded out because there he is, like, as face to face as you can get these days, you know? So it's a lot. I agree, but I just wish there would be more people, and when I say people, I mean people who don't like me that would be willing to do it because I just think it'd be interesting. And then we have you kind of like the mediator there, and I don't know. It's just I don't know why people are so afraid of talking about things.
And speaking of beefs, beefs is one of the keys to raising awareness about your show. And I have tried to start many beefs on Twitter with people, Doug Benson, the Young Buck, whoever I can tweet. So far, they're all ignoring us. But one day, we get that one key beef, if you will, that really put us in the stratosphere.
Oh my gosh. I know. I was ready. I was right there. I was ready. And there was even times like I'm like, shoot, should I have done that? Should I have tweeted that? And then I laugh and I go, yeah, it's funny, you know, whatever. But I don't know.
One day. Speaking of Sean Hernandez, he has not written me back on Twitter for those of you looking for an update. And Shelly is frozen on my end again as we say that.
Hello?
There you go. Now I can hear Shelly. Kind of back. There we go.
What is the deal? Is it because like we're talking all this crap and all these people put witchcraft on us or something?
For some reason, I'm not sure why. It's glitchier than it has been, I think, in any other episode. And I can recall.
And the thing is that that's why I like to do the show in my room because the thingy is like right up here,
Mm-hmm.
the
Absolutely.
router.
Last time when you cut out completely and we wait for you to come back, I was telling those who'd be watching this later that we need to get a boob update from last week. So I posted the clip on Twitter. So Shelly, how are your boobs?
Well, this one right now feels kind of. Last night was a bad night. It was a really bad night. And it was interesting because I was thinking about our show and I was thinking, like, dude, just last week I was talking about how that, like, night I hadn't slept well, same thing. So it was terrible last night. I was just like, it just hurt. I was begging with the Lord to help me. I was like, Lord, please, I just don't know what to do. Just help me. I almost cried. It was a lot throughout the day. It's been on and off. And the thing is, it's up until today, I was doing really, really well. Like, I was almost like it was non-existent, my issues, and I was like, "This is freaking awesome," you know? So, I don't know what it is. I am now getting closer to my periods. I don't know if it's that. I'm gonna start trying to take into account, like, the things I eat because, man, here's the thing. They say that there's some, I believe, don't quote me, maybe some estrogen in Beyond Meat. I don't know if that's true or not, but here's what's interesting. I had some Beyond Meat last night, and last week when I was complaining about the having the bad sleep after our show and I was shocked, I had Beyond Meat tacos. Tonight I'm having Beyond Meat tacos. I wonder if the Beyond Meat might be doing something. Not, I hope not, because that's something I really enjoy. But that's something I need to think about. But anyways, something that made me feel better though is I was chatting with a friend of mine and she had told me that I shouldn't feel too worried about like my boobs and all that. As far as like if I'm taking them out, because she said that what her doctor told her, because after she got her second implant, she still wanted to go bigger. And he said, if you want, we can just do fat transfers and then we put them into your boobs. So then that can make them feel more real and we don't have to put another implant in there. So I thought that was really cool that like after I get them taken out and get a lift, if they're still not, if they're too small for me, that there's things out there that aren't putting foreign objects in me. So that was really hopeful to hear and made me feel really good. But yeah, the next week is when I go see the doctor. I'm gonna go there and I'm really nervous about it because again, I know that eventually this is something, whether it's sooner or later, I'm gonna have to do. I'm scared of what they're gonna tell me. One of the things that kept me up last night was like, oh my God, what if I have a cancer or something? And I don't know. And like, this is what's happening. Like, so I'm starting to think like that. Like, I'm overthinking that much. And, you know, it's hard. And like, I would just, but death's been on my mind so much. And I've been trying to deal with it in the way like, every time I think about it, I always say, "Oh, there goes El Guapo again." Because on the movie Three Amigos, the villain's name El Guapo, and towards the end of the film, Steve Martin's doing this speech to the people who he's the villain to, and he says, "Some people's El Guapo is shyness." So he's just talking about how everyone has an El Guapo. Well, mine's death. So that's the key word here at the house. I go, "Oh, there goes El Guapo again." So I felt like that kind of helped, just like saying it out loud and being like, there I go again. And then taking control and start to like shift my way of thinking. But it's scary. And just like what you're saying, like, you're going to be 42. It's like, I'm 41 and it's like, and then you're 81 and it like it ends at some point. And so it's like, and that's why I'm saying with this foot club thing. It's like if I'm trying to spend my time more wisely here. Like I'm not in my 20s anymore, just frolicking around, la la la, like whatever. It's like, and I'm not saying that these foot girls are doing that, but these foot girls don't have all. I'm typically speaking, don't have all these other things that they're doing, and the foot thing is just another one of their things they do. It's like that's what they do. They've made it work for them. I get bored with it again. Like I don't understand it, so it's hard for me to like throw that essence into it. It's just I don't know, like it feels like wasted time. It's what it feels like. A big waste of my time just for a measly couple $100. I could see if I was making $1,000. That's different. Okay, I'm like, well, I make $1,000 a month off of it. So what are you gonna do? Like, that's what I do. It's one of my sources of income. But I'm not. I'm not making $1,000. I'm barely making a couple hundred, if that. That's on a good month. So it's like I don't know.
I will point out that if Shelly's Foot Club comes to an end, then in an Instagram battle, our show wins by default. And that'll be a happy day. We'll have a celebration on the show
Absolutely.
to celebrate our win, our big win, because the other competitor left.
The competitor got tired of the business.
Right.
Is there a? I wonder if there's a way, like, is there a way to like? I don't know. Never mind. I have to think more about it. But I don't know. Here first on the freaking Smokeout, I'm like especially after the Smokeout, I'm like 95% sure I'm just gonna be done with the Foot Club. I think I'll still post the stuff, but I'm not gonna do like a monthly thing. If people want to be there and they want to like whatever, I'll still like I don't mind doing the videos, especially. I don't even mind doing some of the photos, but like I just don't want it to have to be a thing where it's like people are like, "You're not updating enough," and it's like, God, because I'm editing over here something that I care about. It's like I'd rather do that. I don't care about this right now. Like, ugh.
Whenever someone tells you that you need to be updating something or something along those lines, just write them back and say, "Pay me, bitch."
He probably would have too. Damn it.
Just pay me, bitch. Let me work faster. You want more? Pay me more. Damn it. Getting old over here. Shit's not slowing down. Time's still rolling on. Time is now.
But the thing is, he was right because I didn't care and I didn't update as much as I should. And he was right. So I was like, damn. And then I was like, okay, well, let me start updating more. And yeah, I got some here and there, whatever. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Before we get out of here, I do want to talk about kick around what our next free show is going to be. We've done a Home Alone, of course, earlier this month. If you did not see that, go check it out. It's up on OnlyFans. I can only put a link to it on Patreon because I use YouTube for Patreon, and I uploaded it to YouTube, even unlisted, and they said, no way are we doing that because, of course, I had a complete movie on there. So whatever. If you want to go check that out. One of the ideas we had, and I've checked into, was Smokeout with Shelly and SJ game night. And Shelly talked about doing Uno for game night. And I found a couple websites to where we could actually both be on there and play against each other. And I can just stream that here, like when I put like the picture of Big Ed earlier and how we did Home Alone, actually. And just do it that way. And I think it'll be pretty cool. When we'll do it, I don't know. We'll hammer down a date here soon, but it'll be awesome.
Absolutely. I look forward to it because, first of all, it's freaking Uno. Like, who doesn't love Uno? Like, if you don't like Uno, I don't know if I like you. Like, that's just what's up. I love Uno. It's old school, it's straightforward, and we're going to have to somehow make a smoking game out of it.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure how. Minnie, quiet. I'm not sure how exactly, but there's got to be a way. Oh boy. Hold on a second.
She's pissed off. Maybe she has ideas for a smoking game for Uno.
One of Danielle's side businesses is she does spray on tans with people, and she has a gal over right now, and that's why Minnie's barking. Hold on.
She doesn't like people getting spray tans. It's like, fuck that. Go out in the sun and get cancer like a real person and get tan that way.
No, she's just very protective of her home. Come on, Minnie. She's crazy. Yep. She's like, there's somebody here that I don't know what's going on. See, it's okay, Minnie. But yeah, I really look forward to the Uno. I think it'll be a lot of fun. We should definitely make it. I'll start to kind of think about it. I mean, I feel like, but if you Google it, there's got to be something because there's a smoking game for everything, I feel.
More than likely. I can do that right now, actually, through the power of technology.
Or like you did with the Home Alone, make a drinking game into a smoking game. Hey, that's okay.
It's probably what it ended up having to be because there's so many. Let's see, smokers.
I strive to feel the way I did after Home Alone. Like I kind of do right now, like a little bit, but not totally. And these muffins I've had, they're literally only like this big. Like they're so tiny and powerful. They're so awesome. Oh, I wish I had more, and they're tasty too.
There we go. Drunk Uno drinking game.
No, you gotta be quiet.
Go right up. Here we go. It's good
Mini.
sound. The background. Has stuff like if you cannot play a card from your hand, pick up a card. If you can play that card, you're safe. If not, drink. If you're skipped or reversed on, drink. When a standard wild card is played, it's a social drink. Everyone drinks, including the player who deals the card. Of course, obviously just replace drinking with smoking. If a +4 wild is played, everyone drinks 1, including the dealer. If the following player cannot play a card, they drink 5, 1 social drink, and 4 for the +4. See, I don't understand why drinking games are so complicated. These people are drunk. They're drinking. They're not going to follow all that. That's why I had to like pare down Home Alone. We had to, keep track of things. Something you can fit on an index card. This has 9 rules. I can study this for days and still not know all of what's going on. I would constantly have to refer back to it. Like this, Rule 6. If a player puts down their second last card and does not say Uno, then everyone playing has a time frame to call them out on it. This time frame is the time between them letting go of the card and the next player playing or picking up a card. The player also has this time frame to call Uno if they remember. Once the next player has actioned their turn with it is going unnoticed, they are safe. If you're called out for not saying Uno, you must finish the rest of your drink, pick up 8 cards. If it's almost empty, you must down a whole new drink. No one is going to remember that. I don't remember it. I just read it. I have no idea. That's something else. There's got to be something better. Something just a little. Just give me like 5 or 6 things that I can do and I can remember. See what these people have. Although start with to play drunk Uno, you need a set of Uno cards.
Yes.
First thing.
Don't forget the Uno's cards.
Oh, this is all. This.
It's too.
They give you the whole rules to Uno, and then they get into the Uno.
Minnie, quiet.
It's wow, they have an infographic. A +4 card.
Wow.
4 beers. You're supposed to chug 4 beers.
No way.
Oh,
no way. No way.
About how many? What one of those beers equals? I don't know. Here's 1. If you forget to call Uno, you got to drink 4. And you're going to die.
Yeah, dude. There's no way. There's no way.
See if it says it here. If you forget the rules or must ask a question, you got to take a drink. Imagine that's what happens a lot. The drunker you get. If you lose a turn because of a skip or miss a turn, you take a drink. +2 card is 2 drinks. +4 card is 4 drinks. So I guess it's drinks, not whole beers, the way they make it look. You take 4 drinks. That's a little bit better, I guess. As you can take 4 hits. Probably steal this little infographic and put it up on the while we do the show. Anytime you don't have a matching card, you take 1 drink and pick up until you do. If you forgot to say Uno on the last card, you take 4 drinks. Play an identical card or same color or in action. Everyone drinks 1. See, these are kind of simple. I mean, I think I could keep track of all this. Plus, as I said, they have the cool infographic that comes with it. I'll bookmark this one. Maybe the way to go. I'll check out some other ones, but like I said, it has to be simple. Even with just smoking. Drinking, I don't know. Some of those
Totally.
You're watching a movie and there's like 40 different rules for drinking. You're going to be dead before the Joe Pesci gets hit in the face with something. And what's the point? How are you gonna keep track of all that? It doesn't seem fun.
I know. It sounds like a lot of work. You're supposed to be having fun. So
That's right. That's the whole point. We'll figure
maybe
it out.
maybe the Spencers has something.
You may start thinking about our Uno outfits. That's what we
Yeah,
need.
Uno outfits. Uno outfits. Yeah.
Find a Halloween costume. It's just like a big Uno card. I'll wear that on the show. I'll wear that in public. I don't care. When I was in high school, I had one of those big cat in the hat hats. I wore it all the time.
That was
It was
your
my favorite.
thing.
That's right. So that's no. I guess the guy.
Instead of where's Waldo, where's the cat in the hat?
That's right. You can see me coming a mile away. All right.
Did you borrow that look from that guy Mystery? Because he used to wear a tall hat.
No. I told you. Listen, that's who I want to look like. And then I wonder why my high school years were so rough and uneventful. But was doing the things that would have made me stand out in the right way, just in the wrong way.
It's okay.
Again,
You got it now.
that hat, I would still wear it today. So who's the fool? All right, take a hit. Another great episode. Episode 36. They say we've been for this, but here we are.
Harry F and R still doing it, still pissing people off, and you guys better watch out because I'm gonna have some more free time on my hands apparently soon here, and we'll just be here to piss you off some more. So stay tuned.
Make sure you email stonerjesus420 at Gmail for your custom requests.
Yes.
Don't mind her. Get your requests in now. I don't have a lot of time. I have to squeeze you in with all the other stuff I'm doing. Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
See you next week. Bye.